today. Miami, Florida. It's sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look. Opener of a new NFL season between the Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Murray. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Murray now on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. 47 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Are on the board here first in the season opener. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Dolphins now getting set for their initial possession. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Here's Ronald Jones first. Carry for the U.S. Man. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down. And you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Throwing now is Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as they hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jawan Bentley came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback,
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
57 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Murray going to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Miami set to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively.
We have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And here's Joseph Charlton now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now it's Carson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 84 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Second and 2. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Bada Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Shotgun now for Murray.
And this will go to Carson out wide.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
First down, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, second and goal. Murray now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cards are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
They run again with Carson. And he's got bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And that'll go to cancel out a very nice return on the punt.
And that one was a hold. And I don't know what the percentages are between holding calls and illegal blocks in the back, but both of them go a long way towards wiping out nice returns.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Going deep for Hopkins.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 25. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this offense, yeah, they keep wanting more, but they kind of got to be careful here, CD. I mean, we're still in the 3rd quarter. This game isn't over yet.
I would agree with you there because while they've had all kinds of success and hit on some deep balls like this, the one thing they can't do is start to get loose with the football. A lot of time left, as you mentioned, and if they keep turning it over, they'll bring them back into the game.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
The give is to Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, he motivates your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw.
That throw complete to his tight end Long.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the end.
Oh, strip! The ball comes out. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run again with Walker. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Walker. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down here. As he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Cardinals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it is 28-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home from the sack. Javon Hargrave. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.